Yeah. So
those are our fight updates. Anything else you got for a fight update?
No, I think that's, I think
we do
that's
have
it.
some tea, actually.
Okay.
I got a contract.
Ooh. We're live. Before you go, let me try one sip of your.
I didn't even do a hair check yet.
One sip of your little thing really quick.
Tell me that's not delicious.
It is good. So the K-cups, I thought it was coffee.
They're not K-cups. They're like, which they are K-cups, but they're like little cappuccino K-cups.
Okay.
But they're flavored coffee, or they're like it's like a cappuccino in a K-cup. So I opened it up.
What is considered a cappuccino?
A cappuccino? It's coffee, milk, and this was a peppermint one, so I'm assuming powdered peppermint.
Anyways, it's a delicious drink.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was out of good creamer, so I blended a cappuccino K-cup in my blender with almond milk and poured it on top of iced coffee. So it's like it's a cappuccino on top of coffee.
So a lot of caffeine.
Yes.
Cool. Well, so you will be very excited then to introduce our new guest.
Our newest guest. Guys, how do we pick the sleepiest dogs in the world? Everybody say hello to Jackson.
Yep.
Come say hi. This is Jackson. She is our newest child. She's a rescue. We call her Jackie, but her name's Jackson for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep.
And she is the most precious angel ever.
Yes.
We told you last week that we almost got a puppy, and I just couldn't do it because I knew that there's shelter dogs that needed homes.
Yeah.
And I am so happy. It's going to make me cry because I love her.
I think it was, not to interrupt, was it the same day we finished filming?
And I went to the pound.
And then you went to the pound, right? Because we were, talking about the dogs. You were on the dogs. You went over to the pound. And
I went to Tri-County. I want to say it's called Tri-County. Pull it up. Tri-County Animal Rescue.
Let me pull out my notes. I wrote it down. It is a Tri-County Animal Shelter in Boca.
In Boca Raton, Florida.
Yep.
And let me tell you, so she came from a puppy mill.
Yeah.
Went to a different shelter in Florida, but they were completely overfilled. So she's an overfill from that shelter. Tri-County took in a bunch of their dogs, and they still have way too many dogs. There was dogs on the floor, in the lobby, in cages. Yeah. There was dogs everywhere. And I walked in and I wanted to take 30 dogs home, but she was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
And she was kind of a sleepy girl. There was another one named Jenny that I was like, oh, I would really have fun with Jenny. But Jenny was super hyperactive.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't want to take Dennis too much out of his element.
Yes. As you can tell, he's a very sleepy
boy. So we got another one. Look at her.
Yeah.
So the first night we rescued her, we put her, so we had a whole cage set up for her in our bedroom because I just didn't, you're not sure how they're going to react with each other at first.
And she just got fixed too. She's supposed to have a cone on, but she's been good about not licking her incisions and stuff.
Yep.
So we thought maybe the best thing would be for her to sleep in her, because we're dogs in bed.
We are.
Couple, right?
So we were like, she just got fixed. We set up the cage until the two dogs got familiar with each other. She could have her own space and they could be separated to eat and sleep until they got acclimated. Yeah. But the first night, she actually slept really well in her cage until about 3 a.m.
Okay.
3 a.m. she starts barking. And I was like, oh no, here we go. So what are you looking for?
Oh, I was looking for my phone, but so I don't need it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So 3 a.m. she starts barking. And I was like, okay. So I get up, pull her out of the cage, take her outside to go potty. She actually went potty like a big girl. Yeah. So maybe she's just letting me know it was time Mama needed to take her potty. Brought her back in and I was like, I don't want to put her back in the cage. It makes me sad. So I just put her in bed with us. Yeah. And she literally slept on my chest.
I'm going to have to although it's a picture of you sleeping, I'm gonna have to send it to Juan to plug on the.
We'll add it.
Yeah, because it's it's a cute.
It's really cute.
And it's the way she sleeps too. It's crazy. I mean, obviously, she was a very neglected dog, and she was used to breed, and she's a Havanese.
Havanese.
Is her breed.
I believe she's 3 or 4 years old. But came from a puppy mill.
Yeah, and she just wants to be loved, and
she's a lover. She slept on my chest,
yeah.
And because Dennis isn't really a cuddler, he sleeps down at he'll cuddle with you for a little bit, and then he's like, okay, you know what, I'm done, I'm going to bed now, and bye, and he'll walk his little way, and he sleeps at the foot of the bed. Yeah. Whereas I can tell she's just gonna sleep on top of me.
Yeah, but this is a good opportunity though for us to talk about too the rescuing and how important and stuff, and actually. Yes. Ironically, right before we came in here on the news, they were talking about animal shelters in
Broward County.
Yeah, and an overflow of dogs. And right now they're dealing, if you're here in Florida or if you read news about Florida, we've got like crazy heat going on, and they're dealing with heat in the shelters and it being too hot for the dogs. And thankfully they've had some donations of big fans and stuff, but
but there's still so many dogs. Like, look at this. This is special.
Yeah,
and she was just sitting in a shelter, came from a puppy mill. I feel like when you rescue dogs, they really feel appreciated too. They just want to be loved because they've been abandoned and abused. Yeah. So, if you're thinking about getting a dog, please go check your shelters before you go to a puppy store. You're going to get a dog. There's actually in certain shelters in Broward County for the dogs that have been at the shelters for a long period of time, 100 days or more. They're waiving the adoption fee, so it's completely free. They're also giving you free food and free, I think, vet and exams for life.
Free vaccinations and exams for life and stuff.
So go check that out. And also in Florida, it's a big deal because storm season's coming up, and the idea of her being in a shelter during a hurricane is traumatizing. Yeah. So that's my spiel. Before you go adopt a dog or before you go shop for a dog, please just check your shelters because you're going to find a dog that needs love.
So that brings us to my next thing. So I prepped the podcast today.
You did.
Dogs and relationships. I thought this would be a good little segment for us. So
our relationship with our dog or our relationship with each other?
For a couple. Cool. So not even just dogs, but pets in general for a couple. So according to anavive.com website, I believe it was psychologists who had done studies on human stress levels and stuff like that when having a pet or something involved in the relationship. So the benefits of having a pet, a dog, in a relationship. So lower stress levels when dealing with conflict. Blood pressure levels are lowered when arguing with dogs around or cat.
Let me tell you why.
Yes.
So when we fight or when one of us raises our voice, Dennis can sense the stress.
100%.
And both of us will snip at each other and be like, you're stressing Dennis out. Stop. That's the reason we stop fighting, because we're we don't want to stress out Dennis.
There have been many times, well, I won't say many, but there has been a lot of times where, yes, we are fighting and we can sense that he is getting stressed out about it, and we will acknowledge that, and it will tone down our fights.
It'll bring it down because we don't want to yell at each other in front of him because we don't want him to get scared.
And he does. He gets he actually runs away and he goes kind of hides and stuff. So that's why I wanted to I wrote that down because I thought it was interesting, because definitely true.
This talks about our fight the other day when we were fighting, and then my way of saying I forgive you is I brought you Dennis.
Yeah, especially when we woke up in the morning.
It's my peace offering.
Yes, I knew the fight was over when I felt Dennis on my head, because I knew he didn't come and jump on my head.
I put him on your head.
Yes, so
a little bit funny, but
yeah. So okay, with dogs around and arguing and stress levels, they found that stress levels and blood pressure levels were lowered. Shared responsibilities. So I think, obviously owning a pet, you take on, you're not just taking care of yourself, you're taking care of something. So it's a way to prove to your significant other, you know, especially if you're thinking of having kids,
which Dennis is pretty much self-sufficient. But like yesterday, I was at a photo shoot all day, and it was just cute to get the pictures of you taking care of both of them and taking them potty and taking care of them. I was like, oh, it makes me, you're gonna be a good daddy.
Unconditional love, dog love can inspire couples to treat each other with more love and care.
Oh, definitely. The one thing the quote that I had heard about dogs, it's like, dogs are the only thing that will love you more than you love yourself.
Yeah.
Because humans are selfish. You tend to put your needs before anybody else's.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do to a dog. They just want to love you and be loved by you.
And I mean, obviously, living in a house and stuff, they rely on us for food and water and
well, look at this. So, she was abused her whole life in a puppy mill. And like, she's not angry at humans. She's not mad at all. She just wants love.
She just wants love. Let's see. Compassion. Seeing someone care for a dog can be attractive. So
you do look super sexy.
And honestly, which, in all seriousness too, when you first brought her home and just seeing like the way you nurture and care for her and stuff, and just seeing like the immediate love, like, within an hour of being with this dog, I can tell how much you love it. It's an attractive thing, and it's and and it makes me excited, like, for kids too, and because I know how good of a mom you're gonna be.
Well, and I know how sexy you are, obviously, which I think you are sexy in an unapproachable way, because like, people don't realize how nice you are.
Yeah.
But I always notice when you're carrying Dennis, or if you're out walking Dennis, like, women love to come up to you.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like it's like the icebreaker.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're like an intimidating dude, or you want to pick up the ladies, go get a small dog.
And that was, I didn't add this on here, but the website that I was checking out this morning, that's what it had also talked about, that being like a single guy, how having a dog and going out creates more like human interactions and stuff, because you're more approachable, and it's an easy icebreaker,
for
right?
sure.
Like,
when I'm out for a walk and I walk past someone and they don't smile at Dennis, I'm like, bitch.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Or, like, I used to go to the dog park with Dennis all the time when I lived in Sacramento, because I was just living in an apartment and he didn't have his own yard. So I would take him to the dog park, and I got super acquainted to this, like, it was on the small dog side, it was all the old people.
Yeah.
So it was me and a bunch of old people.
Yeah.
And but you start getting acquainted with everybody, and then you're like, oh, this is Macy's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Jacqueline's mom. Like,
so
you don't
funny.
really know the adults' names.
Yeah.
You just know them based on whose dog.
On their dog.
Yeah, on their fur baby.
So what's really another funny thing, like my dad, for example, he is very open with, my dad likes dogs and animals more than he likes people.
Yep.
Like, and he says that all the time.
100%.
He cares about his dogs more than he really cares about me, and which, obviously is a joke, but it definitely, I've known a lot of couples growing up who elected to only have dogs and not have kids and stuff. Now, as much as I do love our dogs and that, I do want kids too, and I'm excited for that. But this is a nice little placeholder, right?
I do like dogs more than I like humans.
Yes.
So if someone was like, okay, would you rather be locked in a room with 100 dogs or 100 people?
Yeah.
100 dogs.
Yeah.
That's literally my dream.
Yeah. So we're
dog
parents double dog
again.
Parents now. New dog.
Yep.
Yeah. So speaking of also dogs and being good, one nice thing that I did yesterday, I tried to do nice little things.
She's just out.
She is. I I fold all of our laundry.
Yes.
Got all of our fucking laundry because I'm the laundry bitch.
You are the laundry bitch. But here's the thing. We do split our duties.
Yes, we do.
I think I did something nice, and I was like, oh, I'll go do all this if you do the laundry.
Well, yesterday you were doing a photo shoot.
I was in a photo shoot all day.
So I had practice, and then I came back to take care of the dogs.
And I checked our credit card bill, and I was like, oh, yeah, you owe laundry.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that, but
okay.
But in doing the laundry,
yay.
I'm always getting in trouble for the credit cards. In doing the laundry,
did you find $20 in there?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's mine.
Where did that come from?
Okay, so I went to the bank to deposit my check.
Because we don't really carry cash, so yeah.
No, I don't know, because there's a lot of singles out there.
Yeah.
In the drawer, so...
Yeah. Didn't we get a bunch for like an Easter egg hunt or something?
Yeah. I did do an Easter egg hunt for the kids. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay, so I went to the bank to deposit my check. And so I'm like, walk up to the door, and the bank's locked because it didn't open until 9. And I was there, I don't know, like 5 minutes early. So then I walked back to the car to wait till they open.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what's that? And in a pile of leaves, there was a $20 bill.
Yeah.
And I found it in the parking lot of the bank. But
is that okay? Yeah, I've got another thing.
It looked like it was covered in like blood, so I went.
That's what I thought when I saw it.
I went and picked it up with like tissue paper, and I put it in the car. And then when I came home, I brought it and I put it in the washing machine
and washed it.
I washed it.
Yeah, that was fine. But that's what I thought. It has like red ink or something all over it.
Hey, 20's 20.
20's 20, but it does also look like it could be fake.
It could be. But I found it at the bank in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's true. And anyways.
But the nice thing is little tidbit about me. Yeah. I used to be a bank teller.
Yes.
When I was 17, I was a bank teller at US Bank. And if you have a $1, a paper bill, or a paper currency, $1 or $5, $20, whatever. If it's ripped in half, you can bring it in, and as long as the serial numbers match, they'll replace it for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I knew that.
They have the full serial number, then they can replace it for you. So even if it's dirty, I mean, as long as it's real, they'll replace the 20 for us.
Take it in and replace it. Have you ever found like a big amount of money on the ground? Like, is 20 more than 20?
No, there was a while that I did find money on the ground quite often. Okay. But only like ones, and I can't remember ever finding a bigger bill other than that 20.
Okay, I have found $320 in a big stack on the ground outside of a grocery store.
No.
Before. And so it was, gosh, I must have been like 10 or 11 years old. And my dad, we were in Anchorage, Alaska, because we were going to a wrestling tournament. And we were if you're familiar with the grocery stores in Alaska, we were outside of a Cars. And Cars is, it's like Safeway, whatever, Publix here. Yeah. Anyway, so we were going in, and I see on the ground, like, oh, dang, there's a big wad of cash. And so I grab it. I'm like, Dad, because we were going in, we had just had weigh-in, so we were going to get food and all that. I'm like, Dad, look at this, and he's like, holy shit. And, and this was, 20 some years ago. So
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So anyways, he's like, okay, it's too much money to just walk away with. So he goes in and he had told the cashier, like, hey, we found this wad of cash. Money. Can you make an announcement? Blah, blah, blah. They made an announcement. We waited for like 20 minutes, and we had to go back to the wrestling tournament. And at that point, we're like, well,
I guess we'll keep it.
So I found $320.
Nice. Yeah. That's a score.
Okay. Back to what I was talking about though, with the laundry.
Okay.
There are things that I absolutely can't stand to fold. And then there's things that I get a really not sick, but is really satisfying to fold.
This is really creepy. Yeah, is it my thongs?
Oh, yeah, I mean those. Yeah, those are easy, they're little.
Well, you don't fold them, you just shove them in a drawer.
Yeah. But the fitted bed sheets are ridiculous, especially for our bed.
Nobody likes to fold fitted bed sheets, and we have an Alaskan king bed.
Yeah.
If anyone knows, follows us on social media, Alaskan king bed. It's basically the size of 2 king beds next to each other.
Yeah.
Imagine folding that massive sheet or putting a freaking duvet cover on.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's impossible.
And what's crazy is I folded them up. I folded the fitted sheet, the regular sheet, and then our pillowcases. And like carrying those out to put them away, it was heavy. It's crazy on that. But anyways, fitted sheets, the worst. Your weird like tops that you wear are
like the strappy ones.
Terrible because I can't figure out like what to do. Inevitably, I kind of wad those up and throw them in.
How funny is this? Did you ever think that you would be on a couch hosting a podcast with me talking about doing my laundry?
No, I didn't really see my life going
with
this way.
With our 2 dogs.
There are 2 dogs. But okay, but then I'll get to what I do enjoy.
Do you have something in your pocket?
I do have something in my pocket. I enjoy folding towels.
Do you actually?
I actually really like folding towels. Are you going
to show your towel trick?
I'm going to show my towel trick. So
this shows you that we're like that old married couple.
Yeah, I've got
Is that a towel? I really thought maybe you just had a boner.
I happen to put a towel in my okay, so towels are like weirdly satisfying for me to fold, right? But
welcome to A Kickass Love Story. We're gonna teach you how to fold towels.
So I've got the hand towel because we, obviously use these little washcloths.
Everybody, this is very impressive. Actually, he is a master towel folder.
So you use your little washcloths to wash your face and
pressure's
and
on
stuff. I actually forgot how to do. So I like to fold my washcloths in like a spa kind of way. You ever go to like hotels or spas and they have the little washcloths
and they're all folded up nice and neat.
So I do that, but I actually because I did go through a little phase where it was taking too long and I was just kind of shoving the washcloths in the pantry that we have them in. But I revisited but I forgot and I couldn't find the video on how I was doing it before.
And how you were doing it first.
So I have a new way. So I'm going to show all the viewers my way to
really
to
excited about this.
The washcloth. So this is kind of a tutorial.
Can they see that?
Not sure, but I will show the finished product. So first we're going to put it down like this. I like to have the little tag up at the left. We're going to go fold it.
Now, if you're listening on iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, somewhere else, you're going to have to tune into YouTube for this one.
Yeah. To see me.
This is pretty impressive. This is how he folds all of our towels. It is nice because when I go into the bathroom, I just pull out a little try again.
Yeah, I fucked it up. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wait. Is it this way? Great. Now I can't. Now we get on
you had
here
it right. I think you didn't.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it ends up going like this.
I do love pulling out my perfectly folded towels.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
No, oh no, I know what I did. Okay. Ready? So, okay, we're going to lay it flat.
Okay. Starting over.
There. We're going to fold there. We got to flip it over. And then we roll it.
The flip.
Yeah.
That's the game changer.
Yeah. You flip it over, roll it into a little
ball.
Cannoli.
Oh, because then you can tuck the corner.
And then you tuck the corner in. And we have our little spa washcloth. So
was that what you were gonna surprise me with on the podcast?
Yeah, yeah.
I really, when you started that, I didn't know. Can I have it?
Yeah.
Good. That is really good.
Yeah.
That's a tight.
That's a tight little
sausage.
Yeah, that's a tight little. So, anyways, towels are actually really satisfying for me to fold.
But when you told me the other day you were gonna surprise me with something on the podcast that was laundry related,
yeah,
Zevia. That flavor is really good.
This is good. Cream raspberry.
Really thought it was gonna be like something creepy that I left in the washing machine, or like I thought I was gonna get called out for something bad, and I was really nervous.
Yeah. So I don't think maybe that is the way I was doing it before, but it seemed different.
That seems nice.
I mean, that's a nice way, but I was doing something before, but anyways, I forgot and I had to revisit. So
no, you stopped doing our t-shirts that way because
yes,
you were rolling every single one of our
t-shirts. Yeah,
it just takes a long time.
Takes a long ass time. Yeah,
but that was impressive.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm the laundry bitch, and
you're the laundry bitch.
I enjoy folding towels actually.
But is it worth it?
It is worth it. Yeah.
It is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I had for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going back to our notes from last week. I was supposed to do an update on divorce and how it affects relationships or divorce and how it affects athletes' performance, but my research was inconclusive, so I'm gonna have to find some more articles.
Yeah. Let's get into some fight stuff though.
Ooh,
some more fight stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So at the time of filming this, so we'll go to the first one. Everyone will know because this will air next Wednesday, but everyone will know that the Conor McGregor Michael Chandler. What do we got going on with the fight?
So okay, I'm gonna just play you what's going through my mind.
Yeah,
personally,
that at this point the press conference has been canceled, right?
Press conference has been canceled. Conor has posted what I feel is a very subliminal post on Instagram of him at a doctor's office.
Yeah.
And it looked like there was a bunch of like hips in the corner. It was like hip skeletons, right? So it looked like either he was going to a doctor for a hip replacement or it was like a very subliminal message. Like he was sending a message.
Yeah.
I could also just seeing it be his pre-fight physical and taking a picture because the fight's on and he's trying to fuck with everybody.
Yeah.
So I could see I feel like he doesn't do things that aren't calculated.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, he's got he's smart, but he's got a good team too.
Yes. Smart, business savvy. I'll have to plug a picture of when I first met Conor.
Yeah.
I first met him. It was at a Reebok event and it was when him, myself and John Jones and a few other athletes, we all got sponsored by Reebok, and it just happened that the three of us were hanging out together, and me and him and my manager, me and Conor, and my manager and Conor's wife went to dinner. And hearing him speak, this is before he was like the notorious, right?
Yeah.
He was on his way up. This was a very, very long time ago. He's extremely intelligent.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I think my dad was there too.
Crazy.
Anyways, so just like the way he spoke about the fight game and his strategy and his plan, I was like, damn, he's got it figured out.
Yeah.
And he like literally stuck to the plan, took off. So for him to post that on social media, I'm like, this is calculated.
Yeah. And there's some other schools of thought too. You think like, especially press conference stuff, he talks and he likes to talk and he talks very well, and he's arguably him and Chael are the two best at it in my opinion. So I don't think that he would cancel the press conference like just for nothing. I think there definitely is something going on in my opinion, because that's his opportunity. And not half, I mean, because he performs well, and he's, say what you want about Conor and maybe some of the holes in his game. He is a very good fighter. He's a very good striker. Mm-hmm. He understands distance and timing and all this stuff. And but a big portion of his game is talking and getting into his opponent's head and selling fights through because people want to hear him talk.
People want to hear him talk. And there's not a lot of, I would say there really isn't a lot of fighters where it's like, you just want to hear them speak.
Yeah.
Because what they say, it's going to affect you. It's going to be either funny or it's going to be analytical. It's going to be like, you want to hear them speak. It's the same with Chael. You just want to hear him talk because gold's going to come out of his mouth.
Yeah. So something's up.
Did you see that? This is why I think the fight is off.
Okay.
What Conor posted, I was like, I think the fight's on.
Yeah.
It just seemed like, I don't know. It was like bait.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The reason I believe the fight is off is because the UFC, I don't know if you saw this, they polled, you can't pre-buy the UFC card
I've heard
anymore.
about that. Yeah, pre-sale and all that stuff.
They
is
pulled
done.
it, so
yeah.
you can't buy the UFC card anymore.
Which, I don't know for like an athlete like Connor how much of a difference that really makes, because he's gonna sell no matter what, whether.
Yeah, but why did the UFC pull it?
Exactly. So, and I don't think the fight needed any more press or anything. I don't think that this is like I don't think this is a scheme to get more people talking about the fight, or because I think just Connor fighting on his own and us waiting for all these years for him to come back and fight anyways is enough to sell the fight.
Yes. Okay.
So,
I have to pull up info.
yeah.
So hold on a second.
But what?
Yeah.
The thing that really is a bummer is, Michael Chandler has been waiting
a long time
to fight. I just saw today he was pulled from the rankings for inactivity.
Wow,
Michael Chandler. That. Yeah. And which I want to, is that true for sure? One, I had seen it this morning, but I didn't know if it was really from a verified.
So I saw and I'm going to speak on the theories that I've seen on the internet. Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about this. A lot of podcasters and social media influencers, they're speculating that Connor is now going to the UFC, realizing that the fight card, this is not my words, this is somebody else's. They're saying that the only good fight on that card that fans are excited about is Connor and Chandler.
Yeah.
And the rest of the card is a stinker and a snooze fest, and they don't want to tune in. I don't agree with that. I think the card's great. But their speculation is that Connor is now coming to the UFC saying, all right, I need more money now. Like, you want the fight to be on, you have to pay me more. But I will tell you why I think that's not true at all.
Okay.
Because there is one fighter that Dana White is extremely open about hating.
Yeah.
And it's Tito Ortiz.
Yeah.
And he used to do that where he would be like, oh, I'm not fighting unless you pay me more money now.
Yeah.
And he would, kind of, I feel like this might be a boxer thing too, or like maybe boxers have done this. I know rappers do it. Like when they have appearances at clubs, they'll take their money. And then they'll just be like, oh, I'm not going to show up. You need to pay me an extra $50,000 in cash for me to show up. So they get like a huge boost of money. Blah, blah, blah. That happened at an event I was supposed to be at.
Yeah.
I was hosting an event with another rapper. It got all the way up to the day of. An hour before, they were like, all right, now you got to pay me more money in cash. Otherwise, I'm not showing up.
Oh, damn.
And so the event was just like, fuck it. Don't show up then.
That's
so
crazy.
they just pulled him. Yeah. Anyways. So I think Connor's too smart.
Yeah.
And I think his relationship with Dana is too good to do something like that.
Yeah.
That would ruin a relationship.
Oh, for sure.
Like Connor's not going to burn the bridge with Dana.
Yeah. But like I said, though, I feel bad for whatever happens. I feel bad for Michael Chandler because, he came over from Bellator. He wasn't, Michael Chandler takes very good care of his body and is a machine as far as his training, and I would imagine his diet and recovery and stuff like that. So, but he wasn't quote unquote young when he came to the UFC, and he's been waiting for a few years for this big fight, which but you can't blame him because everyone wants to would want to fight Connor and get that payday and stuff. But it sucks because he is, now is out of the rankings and
but what he's doing is the right move.
Well, for sure.
As far as waiting.
Yeah.
Because that's the money fight.
Yeah.
That's a huge payday. That's the big fight.
Yeah.
And you see fighters, I believe it was Joanne Wood for the UFC. She was next in line for a title fight. And the title holder got hurt.
Yeah.
So the fight got postponed. Well, she ended up taking a fight.
Yeah.
Just to take one more fight while waiting for the title shot and then lost.
Yeah.
And then didn't get to fight for the title. So it's like, do you just wait it? Like, I don't know. Like, what's the timeline when you're like, I'll just continue to wait it out?
Yeah. But think about this too. Michael Chandler's sitting here and he's waiting for everything. Let's say Connor is injured and it's a serious injury and he's going to be shelved again for 8 months or whatever, maybe even longer. then what does Michael Chandler do? Because in that period of time,
Yeah.
there's more opportunity for other guys to step up and
Connor
and win
doesn't
big.
hold a belt right now, does he?
No, but
So,
there's
yeah.
other guys who can pop onto the scene and be like big names and maybe excite Connor more to fight them versus fighting Michael Chandler because he's been sitting for 2 years and people are kind of forgetting about him maybe. And
Connor does call his own shots.
And Connor calls the shots, right? If Connor wants, let's say in the next year, a new guy pops up or a guy who's up and coming right now and he also speaks well and he's exciting and everyone wants to see him fight Connor, then what happens in a situation like that? Because like you said, Connor calls his own shots. Connor absolutely never has to fight again and is fine.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And, he's got these other business ventures. He's part owner in the BKFC now and all this stuff.
Could you ever see, this is me as a fan, obviously, I don't know about weight classes or whatever, but could you see Connor and Nick Diaz fighting? Because Nick Diaz is back.
Yeah, but I think Nick, I don't know. I don't think that would
as
be
a fan, that's a money fight.
Yeah, but I definitely Nick Diaz like closer to his prime and stuff. But we'll see too. Nick Diaz is fighting again soon, right?
Yep.
So let's see. I think the last time he fought, it wasn't super impressive, right? So yeah, I mean, we'll see what Nick Diaz comes out in this next fight,
what he
right?
looks
And
like,
see
for sure.
Now, if he comes out and that could be the type of guy. If he comes out and he is super impressive and it's like, damn, that's the old Nick Diaz, and and he's talking, then there's probably something to be had there. But anyways, it's
He fought Lawler last.
yeah, Robbie Lawler,
Okay.
right? So anyways, tough. So who knows what's gonna go on right there.
Okay, we're going to change the subject.
Okay.
Now we're going to talk about Mike Tyson
Yes, that
and
fight.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I just want to hear your thoughts on kind of the current situation. Obviously, last we heard, based on the media presence, is that Mike Tyson had an ulcer flare up on a flight.
Yeah.
So that's why the fight got postponed?
Postponed, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on all that?
So first off, I'm not excited about that fight anyways. Especially with all the talk on, stipulations in the fight, money being held if this happens, blah, blah, blah. And who knows what all is true. I'm sure there's some stuff that's confirmed and all that. But for one, I don't want to see pushing 60-year-old Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul, who's I've already I'm not going to watch that fight. If that fight is to happen, I'm not even going to watch it because I don't care to watch it. I'll see a highlight or whatever and see what happens. But, in my mind, it's a fixed fight. And so then the talk is, maybe Mike Tyson's out, right?
Yeah. So you saying that it could be a fixed fight. There was, again, speculation. I don't know anything to be true or not.
Yeah.
They were saying that in Mike Tyson's contract, he only gets paid the longer the fight goes.
Exactly. That's what I meant by money being held and stipulations
Withheld
for the fight.
If he knocks him out in the first round, then he doesn't get paid.
Yeah, and whether that's, who knows how true it is, but I'm going to go in with the mindset that there's nothing that can change my mind going into this fight that it's not somehow fixed and just a money grab. And I just don't care to watch that. And I don't want, and it's so funny seeing on social media and stuff, everyone talking about Mike Tyson, the greatest heavyweight of all time, and Jake Paul doesn't know what he's getting into. I get it. But that's Mike Tyson old. It's not the same.
No.
Father Time is undefeated.
You can agree that yes, Mike Tyson is still going to have some of his power.
Yes.
Because your power is the last thing to go.
Yeah.
But that's typically something you say about a 30-year-old.
Yes.
Or somebody
exactly.
you say about somebody who's 35, 36, 37.
Or even 40.
Even
40. In the 40s. Exactly.
But not something you say about someone that's near 60.
Yes. You get into a certain age where then that starts to diminish as well. Mm-hmm. And So, anyways,
and it's
I don't.
easy too to like look at his training highlights,
Yes.
and say, "Wow, he's impressive. He looks good." But but that doesn't mean that he's capable of continuing that for 2-3 minutes.
Yes.
Like you can see 10-second clips, 5-second clips, but the difference is you can't keep that up for a 3-minute round.
Yeah. So then tell us what's there's a backup plan.
The backup plan,
now, right?
I believe, is Jake Paul and Logan Paul boxing each other.
The brothers. And maybe even less alluring to me to watch than Jake Paul and
I want to watch it.
But see, here's the thing is, I mean, I just don't see it being like
a true fight.
I don't see it being a true fight. This is the way I
see it, though, is okay. Let me play.
Okay, maybe it is more exciting than Mike Tyson.
It is more exciting,
yes,
and I'll
maybe
tell it is. I will tell you why. When me and you spar each other at Burke Camp, because it's the short rounds and you just go and it's like a round robin, you just spar basically for an hour.
And let's let everyone be on the right page. It's not like 100% sparring. It's called touch sparring, and it's play. Yeah.
So I'll do what I'm good at, which is my teeps and my kicks when we're doing Muay Thai.
Yes.
I can sneak a teep in on you. Just
right in my gut.
Yes. So sometimes you'll be stepping in and I'll land one and you'll think it's too hard.
Yeah.
And then you'll kick the shit out of my leg and then I'll kick you in the head. And then it like slowly elevates.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, fuck you. And we're yelling at each other.
Let's be honest. You're crying.
Oh, sure.
No, she there has been times where she has teeped me in the stomach and I've been like, that hurt so
and you're like,
fucking
you wanna
bad
go?
And I'm pissed. Like,
yeah.
And I don't really,
I
especially
can see it in your eyes.
Especially like with her, I don't have to like throw anything hard. My legs are heavy as they are, so it's like,
okay, don't compliment yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't want anyone to think that I'm going out trying to
make my point.
Yeah.
Okay. It goes from us having fun to your face changes and my face changes.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're like, oh, alrighty, all right then. This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
Like this is serious. Okay. No, you don't abuse me.
No.
Okay. So my point to that being, it doesn't matter what narrative is made up before the fight. It doesn't matter if they have a plan before the fight. I feel like if brothers fight each other, if Jake hits Logan harder than he thinks should happen, even if it's supposed to be staged, I think that makes it more exciting. Like, I think it's going to be fucking on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you're right.
When you put two brothers fighting each other.
Two competitive brothers too, right?
Competitive brothers who are both extremely athletic, boxing each other, I think it's going to be a fucking war.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, you're probably right there. Yeah. And you've definitely, once you start talking about it, you changed my mind.
Yes.
I would be more excited for
think
that
about
fight
even
than...
you, like, I mean, you don't have like, I mean, you have your brother Hunter, but like you don't have
I've choke slammed that motherfucker.
Exactly.
Let's see, we were playing I'm trying to think of the game. We might have been playing Rainbow Six. No,
Hunter's your stepbrother, but continue.
Yes, stepbrother. A little shout out on him. He was the first famous one. I've said this before. First famous one in the family. Deadliest catch superstar.
Yes, super tough, Alaska tough, fisherman.
No, I was thinking it was Rainbow Six. It wasn't. It was 2K, and it was when the Mavs won the championship. And he was playing as the Dallas Mavericks. I was a big Laker fan. I was playing as the Lakers. And I think we had it on like rookie settings. And which, if you've played the 2K, it doesn't take a ton of skill. He just kept shooting threes with Dirk, and he would hit every single three. And me and all my buddies were playing 2K like all the time. He literally just picked the sticks up for like one of the first time, and he beats me, and he like says something, and I got up and I grabbed him by the throat, and we were kind of on, and I choke slammed him.
And that's your stepbrother.
Yeah.
Now,
and I love the guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, you take two athletic, competitive brothers who are close in age, and you have them box each other.
Yeah.
It's going to be a war. That's what I think.
Well, so hopefully, and you know what? And especially the more we talk about this, I hope that is what happens,
Yes.
because I don't want to see Mike Tyson fight Jake
No.
Paul. I don't want, because Jake Paul has been training hard. He's young. Like, he is a skilled boxer
and
now.
that's the thing is, like, Mike's not going to be able to move the way that he used to.
No.
And I was in a boxing match. I know I just got dropped, and
Yeah.
it comes out of nowhere when you don't expect it.
Yeah.
And I took time off I took a week off to make sure my head was healthy. To
Yeah,
make
different
sure
sport, too.
It's a different
Yeah.
sport. So, like, especially when you take somebody who's that old, he hasn't taken a punch.
Yes.
Say whatever you want about Jake Paul. He can hit like a truck. Like,
Yeah.
he hits hard.
Yeah.
Like, and he's young and he's athletic and he's been working extremely hard. I just don't want to see Mike Tyson get hurt. I just don't want to see anybody that old fight somebody that young, regardless of who they are.
And my thing is I don't want to hear like all the what's the age, the millennials,
Gen Z.
the Gen Z kids talk about and discredit like what Mike Tyson was able to do, and
What he did
because
for the sport and
none of
who
those
he is as
motherfuckers
a
have
boxer.
probably ever watched Mike Tyson fight. They just say that he's the best of all time because that's what everyone else says. And so anyways, yeah, I hope it ends up being Jake and Logan.
And I still think whatever deal they have with Netflix, I still think they're going to crush it and sell out. I still
sure.
think it's going to be very good.
Yeah. So
those are our fight updates. Anything else you got for a fight update?
no, I think that's, I think
We do
that's
have
it.
some tea, actually.
Okay.
I got a contract,
Ooh.
but I can't say what it is yet.
Yes.
Sorry,
But we
guys.
do have there is a contract update
There's things
on something.
There is things brewing.
Yes,
so
things brewing.
everybody stay tuned. I will announce it here first. This one is very, very exciting. Game changer, I think.
Yeah, it's
It's a big deal.
gonna be
This
interesting.
is gonna make a lot of people really excited, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off. My two favorite things.
Yes.
So, anyways, we're out. We got to go play with our doggies.
Yep.
We got to take baby Jackson.
Yeah,
We call her Jackie.
she's still, we're working on the potty training.
Working on
potty.
potty training.
Yeah. So
But it's okay,
yeah,
sweetheart.
we gotta
And then
work
he,
on that. He's just a noodle.
He's just a noodle.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right.
All right.
Adopt, don't shop. Adopt, don't shop. Especially in Broward, there is so many shelters that are overflowing with dogs.
A quick shout out though, Young LA.
You know what? I was gonna say you look sick today.
Thank you.
You look hot. Those
Yeah.
shorts are really cool.
Nice shorts. Young LA. They had hooked you up. You were wearing their stuff for most of fight week, and you weren't sure about these. I
wasn't
pants.
sure about these pants.
I love 'em.
These were like a '90s thing, and then Gen Z brought them back. I think
they're
like,
sexy.
You know what? They make my butt look really good too.
They do. They're
really
sexy.
good.
They're cool. I like the little flared bell bottom.
Thank you. Yeah, Young LA is sick. They have awesome clothes.
They do.
You look very, very swaggy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that was a Kickass Love Story. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are live every Wednesday at 12 p.m. on YouTube, OFTV, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Anywhere you get your podcasts, you'll find us. Next week, hopefully, we can announce the crazy news that I have for everybody.
Yeah.
Adopt, don't shop. I said that already, but goodbye from our family that is a little bit bigger.